Husband's buddies decided to spice things up at the year-end party with some entertainment. A young woman from a dance academy took the stage. She wore a tight camisolo that showed off her bare back, and her sultry moves immediately grabbed everyone's attention. Ethan Carter, my husband, glanced at her and then quickly turned to cover my eyes with his hand, a playful grin spreading across his face. That's not where you, Claire. Don't look its way to raunchy. But then I stepped out to touch up my makeup. When I came back, I was astounded by what was in front of me. Ethan, the same man who had just shielded my eyes, was slipping a business card tucked with cash into the strap of the dancer's lingerie. I stood there, barely breathing as I heard him lean close to her and whisper, Claire's amazing, don't get me wrong. She's just a pure. It gets boring. You know, this is just a thrill. Not my first time anyway. But don't say a word to Claire. If she ever found out, she'd leave me, and I can't live without her. My legs fell true to the spot. Slowly, I turned away and deleted the pregnancy report from my phone. Without hesitation, I made a call. Hello, I'd like to apply for the pregnant cryogenic experiment. Ethan pulled me into his arms, his hands trembling slightly. His voice cracked as he stammered. I didn't, Claire. I swear I didn't. Please, believe me. He clung to me like a drowning man grasping for air. It's because I love you so much. I'm terrified of losing you. If there ever comes a day when you're not by my side, I go crazy. I raised my hand and pushed him away, my voice cold. Then don't ever lie to me, Ethan. He forced a shaky smile and raised his hand, as if taking an oath. I swear if I, Ethan, ever betray you, Claire, I'll die. In the past, hearing him make promises like that would have made me smile. I'd even cover his mouth and tell him not to say such dramatic things. But now, I wanted to see if he'd be willing to put his money where his mouth was. I opened a car door, but the stench inside hit me so hard I had to squat down and gag. Claire, Ethan exclaimed, his eyes wide with concern. Why have you been feeling nauseous so much lately? There was a flicker of excitement in his expression. Are you pregnant? I shook my head. No, my stomach's just been off lately. Without missing a beat, Ethan slapped himself across the face. This is all my fault. I've been so wrapped up in work that I haven't been taking care of you. I didn't have the energy to watch his little performance anymore. Suppressing my nausea, I climbed into the car. As we drove, I couldn't help but glance at the backseat over and over again. Images of Ethan and that dancer from the previous night kept flashing through my mind. Ethan caught me looking and frowned. Claire, what are you staring at? I leaned down and picked up a small, crumpled piece of fabric from the floor. My stomach turned when I realized what it was. Without a word, I flung it into his lap. Claire, wait. Ethan's voice shot up an octave, panic written all over his face. It's not what you think. I lent the car to a friend last night. I didn't know he'd do something like that in my car. 5 years of marriage, and for the first time, I saw just how good Ethan was at lying. It came so naturally, like he'd been practicing for years. I stared at him, my tone icy. Who'd you lend it to? Ethan's hands tightened on the steering wheel. Flustered, he quickly pulled the car to the side of the road and snatched his phone. When the call connected, he didn't even wait for a hello. What the hell did you do with my car last night? My wife's upset, thinking there was a pause, but the person on the other end caught him quickly. Claire, I'm so sorry. The voice on the phone stammered. It's my fault. I got hammered last night and puked all over the place. I had to borrow Ethan's car to get my girlfriend home. I'm really sorry for the misunderstanding. Ethan ended the call and looked at me with cautious, pleading eyes. I curled my lips into a faint sneer, my stomach churning with a mix of disgust and pity. So, everyone around us knew. They all knew Ethan couldn't keep it in his pants, and yet they'd been helping him cover it up this whole time. I forced a small smile. Oh, I know you wouldn't do something like that. I was just curious. Why are you so nervous? Ethan let out a huge sigh of relief, his shoulders relaxing. Claire, it's because I care about you so much. I can't stand the thought of you doubting me. If you're upset, I'd lose my mind. I nodded, pretending to accept his explanation. Now wasn't the time to confront him. Not yet. If I took my hand too soon, I wouldn't be able to leave. We got my visa processed quickly. After that incident, Ethan became unusually cautious. He came home on time every night for weeks, canceling all his social plans. He was attentive, doting, acting like we were newlyweds all over again. To anyone else, his performance might have been flawless, but Ethan didn't know that every message he sent to that dancer was being mirrored to my phone. That's how I learned her name, Madeline Brooks. She was a 20-year-old ballet student. Her father was an alcoholic. Her mother was sick. She had a younger brother to care for and barely enough to keep her head above water. And that night in the car, it had been her first time.